I put myself between the charging ogre and our wizard, and raised my shield to deflect his blow.
Alright, sounds like defy danger to me. Roll plus strength.
Well, that's a 4.
Good news, mark XP. Bad news, the heavy blow tosses you about 20 feet into a pile of what looks like vines. As you land, the vines begin to move around you.
Oh, wait, what? I want to discern realities. Okay, got an 8. That means one question, right? What's about to happen?
As the tendrils begin to make noise and move closer to your friend, it becomes apparent he's about to listen to that D&D podcast. Thank you, everybody, for downloading this latest episode of that D&D podcast. I don't know if you could tell by the audio quality, which hopefully is better this time, but we're trying something new, which means we've got a little bit more setup to work on our ends. So there may be some confusion, and audio may be slightly off, but we're trying to make it as painless of a transition as possible. We are playing with the Overworld party. I guess they're both the Overworld party now. Anyway, it's
spoilers.
Vultus, Rook, and Bill will be our cast today. My name is Chris. I am the GM, as per usual. I guess I already kind of introduced everybody, but why don't you go around and introduce yourselves anyway?
Hi, that's Bobby, and he plays Bill, who is a fighter.
That's Andrew, and he plays Vultus. That is a he's kind of like a crusader / killer of heretics.
What the fuck are you guys doing right now?
And that's Chris. He's the GM, whom we torment mercilessly.
He plays the monsters.
No, the real monsters are you guys. It's.
There you go.
Spoilers. God damn.
I think it's being proven. So last session, it's been like a month since we recorded. I think. Anyway, you guys fended off the attack on the Everlight Lagoon and got some cool new upgraded Skelly-mans, and I believe when we ended, the chief of the Skelly-mans was asking if you wanted to go and raise that town to the ground.
Because it's spelled with a Z this time.
No, this is Bill in character.
Because it's still spelled with a Z this time. And no, we're not just going to burn the city. We're going to give them first the option to recant their evil, wicked, shitty ways.
And if they choose not to recant, then we're going to free them from this mortal coil where they are oh so wrong.
I'm going to offer them the hospitality of my blade.
I don't get it. Is that like a sex thing?
Yeah. Also, I'm still bound by that fucking shitty quest where I'm not allowed to lie or be inhospitable.
What was that quest again?
That is a fucking great question. Please hold as I frantically open up Obsidian Portal. We're gonna edit this out, right?
Except for on the 2 different sets of video where we can't.
And, the fact that I've been recording for like
Are you recording video
now.
or do I need to record video?
I'm recording video. We're good.
That's excellent. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Just as long as you guys upload your audio to the Google Drive, we will be fine.
Oh, right. No. My quest was to end changelings. That's what it was. And I had to offer hospitality. I'm required to comfort those in need, no matter who they are, and I am forbidden from telling lies. And there's some piety in there as well. I have to do some daily rituals.
It's etched into your hand, right? Something like I must not tell lies.
I plead the 5th.
Yeah, you got the senses that pierce lies and invulnerability to, like, mind control, I believe it was?
Yeah, it was enchantment.
Yep. So, yeah, the invulnerability to enchantment you have as long as you conduct your daily rituals, and the senses that pierce lies you have right up until you break your oath to not tell a lie. So.
What does the hospitality get me?
Oh, the hospitality was the invulnerability thing, then. Yeah, the piety was the first quest. That's my bad.
Okay.
As you guys can tell, it's been just a little while, and unfortunately, I had a notebook with the notes from the last session, and I think I left it at work when I was trying to transcribe the events from those notes onto the Obsidian portal, so I'm doing great.
So what you're trying to say is we're super profesh.
Yeah, we are the most professional, especially after, I lost that session. Fuck, I still feel bad about that. Thanks a lot, Andrew.
Just drink to forget, Chris.
I'm all out of drink already. Okay, so, you guys are going for the whole let's go squish this town, yeah? If they don't listen to your conversion speech?
Yes.
Our generous offer at not dying.
Mm-hmm.
The town's not too far away from the lagoon. The lagoon almost serves as like a midpoint between the town that you're leaving and the one you're heading to. Fucking don't have the names written down. I'm just A+ tonight.
It's going to be destroyed soon. It's okay.
Yeah, you'll get to rename it soon.
Smoking Cratopria.
You guys get to where you can kind of see it through the trees. You see some lit torches.
How'd you get a torch drunk?
Okay, try to watch Supergirl if you can. It's pretty good.
That's solid advice, Mike.
Oh, sweet. That wasn't done. Hey, I had my mute button on backwards.
He had it set to Etum.
Has it been backwards the whole time? I hope not.
Finally. Okay, Mike, introduce yourself.
Hi, that's Andrew, and he'll be playing Voltus. He's kind of like a paladin / crusader type.
See, I was good. Scrabhearst. That's the one. So, you guys get to where you can see it through the woods. They've got torches and stuff, the guards who are kind of blocking the way between you and the town at large.
How much of a fighting force is there even left at the town, given that, we killed a lot of people?
Would you like to try and discern realities to see?
Yes.
Why are you yelling at me?
What's my wisdom? Oh, Christ. 0? -1?
Voltus, your wisdom is 0.
That's kind of what I expected. Whoa! Give me them realities.
Nice.
11. So you get to ask 2 questions from the list.
Can I ask one question that's more of a hypothetical and not this question that I'm currently asking right now?
I was about to say
What if
those.
there were no hypothetical questions?
that would be the second time we broke the DM for the night.
Can I ask you a question? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Damn it.
Thank you, come again.
What question would you like to ask?
So I kind of want to ask who's in control of this situation, but it's not who's in control of this situation so much as if I made myself known to this city, who would then be in control of this situation?
Ooh, fascinating. Good question.
And by I mean I and like a vague notion of how many people are behind me and that they're angry and armed.
Okay, so you're asking if you guys made yourselves visible and were like, hey, we're here, who would be the one to lead whatever is going to happen on the other side?
Or would we just have control of the situation? Like, would they basically be forced to listen to us, hear us out, possibly, fight back eventually, but would we have the town's undivided attention?
Those who are awake would definitely come and see what the hell is going on and probably listen to the head of the armed skeleton horde, yes? I'm relatively sure.
Alright, then I stride boldly.
Wait, will they listen to the mouth or just the head?
Well, I mean, usually, anatomically speaking, the mouth is located on the head, so...
Yeah, but I have seen some weird shit, like changelings and stuff, so... thank you for clarifying, Mike. So yeah, Voltus is going to boldly stride into the torchlight.
There are 2 scared-looking guardsmen fumble and try to get their swords, at the ready from the sheath. They look to be probably in their late teens, early 20s.
So young for dwarfs.
That'd be the human equivalent. So they're probably 40 or 50.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to tell them to hold. That won't be strictly necessary.
No, you hold too, man. If you guys could just stay back. There's some weird stuff happening, and based on your traveling companions, I think you're to blame.
You're not wrong.
Based on your skeleton army.
You're not wrong. But still, there is no reason this need to devolve to bloodshed.
Hasn't it already fallen to bloodshed, man?
That was not a fight we chose, but it was a fight we ended.
Nice. Rook's in the back going, woo!
Bill's wondering, is this kid high?
No, he's Hicks from Aliens.
Rook just invented a microphone and handed it to Voltus to drop.
Yeah.
What do you want? There's just mostly women and elderly and kids, and I guess a few of us guards left, and we didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
We come bearing enlightenment.
Is it at the tip of a sword? Because that's not the kind of enlightenment that we're really looking for, man.
Is my sword drawn?
I don't know, is it?
It's not. It's still at my side.
Okay,
Voltus
sorry.
Voltus
I'm
is
mostly focusing on that giant skeleton behind you, man.
Voltus is so calm right now. His hands aren't even close to his blade. He could still probably draw it quickly if necessary, but he's not at all intimidated.
Bill whispers to Rook, I didn't know that he was an artist.
No, I'm just an artful dodger.
Just drawing swords.
I mean, we're just trying to live peacefully here, man. And those...
Well, so that was a great idea, and we like living peacefully too. What we kind of object to is you forcing, your townsfolk rolling up to this incredibly peaceful, interesting village and attacking them out of the blue for no reason, and then being very rude to the people that being rude to us, as we calmly tried to explain that if you're going to do that, you need to have a good reason. And man, they told us that you guys don't even believe in the gods, and that just. We couldn't believe it, so we had to come talk to you for ourselves.
Man, nobody believes in the gods. Did you hear what happened the last time that people believed in the gods?
It was great.
You see how great the world is right now?
Rook can't tell if he's being facetious.
It's better now than it was before.
Moreover, First Conquest, a city of devout souls, flourishes. Actually, is that true?
No. No, we believe it to be true.
Yeah, that's
all
fair.
that matters.
Yeah, Voltus would probably believe that.
This is the unenlightened muck swamps of nothingness, and
Of
they need to be
Scrabhearst.
fixed. That's right.
Of Scrabhearst. It sounds like everybody living there has constant genital warps and crabs.
That's just the mayor, man. God.
Freaking nerve herders.
It's a wretched hive of scum and villainy. Hey kids, go see Star Wars next week in theaters.
You sound like you are feeling lost. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Like there's so much of the situation that you don't understand. And I gotta be honest with you, I have answers. I have truth to offer you. I have enlightenment. I have a way of feeling secure and safe and not so alone in this fucked up world. We bring
And
you
his
the
name
offer
is Bill.
of something greater than
All
yourself.
praise Bill.
Man,
Sorry, Mike.
I can't make decisions for the town.
Let me roll a dice.
We're
to
not
see if I can make
asking
sure that happens.
anyone to make a decision for anyone else.
Just for themselves. Yeah, I'm gonna roll a dice to do a thing.
Okay, what thing are you trying to do?
I'm gonna convince him to trust me or something like that. What's the move for that? Roll 2d6 for trusting.
Can I hug him?
Parlay?
All right, I got a 5.
Or if you want to diffuse. Oh Jesus!
No, he already ruined the roll.
It could be a 7.
Maybe Voltus doesn't hug him.
If it's wisdom, it's a 7. I wisely ask him to join us.
to hug me.
If it's strength, it's a 12.
Let's see. What are the basic moves?
You keep saying that this is gonna resolve all of our problems, but can I pray skeletons away? Can I pray food on the table?
You actually can pray food on a table. I've done it a few times.
Can I pray to get Elena to actually say yes to going out with me for once?
You could definitely pray for that.
You can absolutely do that. It's perhaps frowned upon by some churches, not necessarily mine. I mean, who knows what Foz would do in this situation.
I don't want to know how the god of bloody conquest feels about getting people to go on a date with you.
Well, it starts off by killing off their other suitors, and then you're the best one for the job.
Isn't that the Jason and the Argonauts approach?
It's better than the Ulysses approach, which is send the people, your rivals, off on a 12-year journey.
That's fair.
Hey, look, you can't argue with results, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Man, that dog lived for like 20 years. It's the saddest dog.
What?
Ulysses. When he comes back, the Odyssey, and his dog is there.
Oh, see, for
Then
a
it
second I
dies.
thought you were talking about Seymour from Futurama. I was like, don't you bring that evil in here, Bobby.
Takes forever.
Don't you put that evil on me.
All right, we'll go with parlay. We'll say that I have something that I want, which is peace and serenity and something more. And I rolled a 5, and my charisma is 0.
Your charisma's wah, and you're suddenly an orc.
It's freaking Waluigi charisma.
So I rolled a 5. Let me go ahead and mark experience for that.
There you go.
Yep. It's like, look, man, we don't want anything to do with whatever it is you're trying to peddle. So if you could just, like, turn around and leave, that'd be great. And everybody could just live in peace. Or something.
I thought you weren't here to decide for anyone else.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's just what I've heard.
He's got that quiet confidence. I'd listen to him.
And his co-worker, I guess you can call him, is like, it's like, dude, shut up. Shut up.
His freaking
Marty,
dealer.
Should I escalate to my manager?
Please
No.
hold your calls important to nobody. Get out.
It's okay. Okay, look, I'm going to put you on hold for a minute.
God damn it.
So the other guy's like, Gordo, shut up. He's like, no, man, I got this. You guys should leave.
So
Please.
just how unsure of all of his words is he?
It'd be awfully accommodating if you guys could just leave and leave us in peace.
Alright, I make sure that I've got magic missile magic weapon prepped.
Okay, I think you have to roll the spell cast for that.
I'm just making sure I know it. I don't need to roll it right now. A second.
Oh, I think you had it prepped previously, and it hasn't been like an extended rest or anything.
Yeah, just, reminding you.
You're still good. I thought you were trying to cast it right now. I was like, oh, this would be good.
Billy is going to
No,
prep
we totally
his
want
club.
to talk. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me just put this smiting charm while we talk.
I'm gonna see if I can't escalate this to his manager. Actually,
Okay. What do you tell either Gordo, the one who's been talking to you, or his coworker, who
Ooh.
as of yet is nameless?
okay. I turn to the gormless coworker
Mm-hmm.
and I say, "You there?
Yeah.
Go and rouse anyone awake in the town. I would speak with them on my authority as messenger of she who balances the scales. Lash, go now."
Okay. Are you gonna do an I am the law thing, or
Yeah.
okay? Once you started invoking the god name, I figured that's where this was going.
I'm trying to do it like all role playing, like Chris.
Right,
Oh.
I know. Right, that's why you said your thing, and I waited till you finished
Hey.
it. 10.
I take one forward against him, and they get to choose one.
Takes a few steps back, goes to turn around and sprint off to do what you told him to, trips over his own 2 feet, crawls a bit, and then actually manages to get up and run off.
Can I give him a hand up?
Kind of did it really quickly, and as he was backing away from you in the process, so it would be, you'd have to kind of run to do it.
I'm gonna have to see if he's wounded later and possibly tend to that.
Okay. I got a bow.
Exactly. Well, and then like I lay on hands the 1 point of damage or whatever the shit that he took.
He goes off into the distance.
Never to be seen again.
Maybe 15 or 20 seconds later, you hear a horn. And then there's some commotion outside as people leave their houses.
The guy comes out and he says, "And his name is John Cena." Doo, doo, doo.
Explosions down the main
was about to
drag
say-
of town.
One building has like the front door explode out of it and all the windows explode. There's a shirtless muscle character coming out.
We would be so fucked.
So yeah, there's a horn. People begin to gather outside. In the distance, there's someone who looks remarkably similar to the guy that you murdered the shit out of earlier. Equally short, equally dwarfy, same hair color, same kind of real shitty disposition and fancy clothes. He says, "Until my father returns, I'm the acting mayor. So, who is it that's so important they decided to wake me up in the middle of the night?
My god, I want to kill this little shit.
Can we kill him?
I am sent by she who is. You will respect my authority where you have none.
Would you have been sent by she who isn't?
No, I was not sent by she who isn't.
Well, luckily,
What would that even be?
in my town, I have all the authority, so I don't need to give you any respect inside this perimeter.
Inside
Kill it.
Scrabhearst. And Voltus is going to spit on the ground. Just off to the side.
More like Shithurst.
Are you a farmer carrying that sword? Is all you know how to do how to water plants? Or do you do anything more than spit?
Do I have any mementos of his dead father on me?
I
I
can show
would
him my
love-
club. Does it smell like dad to you?
I would love to just like throw the fucker's ear at his son.
All right, hang on. Let's take a moment to talk about how great that line is. All right, go ahead. Does this smell like old, decaying father to you?
You hear the grinding of bone as one of the larger skeletons throws something.
Oh, didn't we throw that fucker in the pond?
In the darkness, you don't see much, but you hear a wet thud as it lands near the new mayor's feet.
I watered
It is the severed head of the mayor.
the ground with the corpses of the unworthy.
Oh, snapples.
I'm glad he's dead. I wanted this power, and now I've got it, so... What do you want, some coin? You want a free room for the night?
Do you want to avoid sharing his fate, you surly dog?
Bill goes up to her. Yeah, a surly dog. Yeah.
Bill, stop it! You're not copying. he got clubbed pretty good in that last fight. His settings switched over.
He says, why don't you get your toothless apparitions and get out of here?
No, they have teeth. They're whole skeletons. They have teeth.
This far from the swamp, they can't have very much power. They don't usually wander this far, so... I'm sure they're here for show.
Hey, shut your mouth.
You dare silence me or attempt to in my
Silence
town?
dog. And that's an I am the law. Again.
We have to silence him and also... Oops.
Shit.
He gets louder.
Surely you speak to one of your companions, because no one would be foolish enough to speak to the mayor in their own town, surrounded by their own citizens.
Let's take it outside.
You may think you have big shoes and that you walk with impunity, but beware your next words and your next actions.
Magic weapon.
Tell me that's how you cast it.
By the grace of Goddess of Bloody Conquest, she who helped rend the previous world, grant your grace upon my hammer, and show the infidels what it is they lack. With the 13, by the way.
Yeah, that definitely works. I know we've probably said this or discussed this before, but how does it look when your magic weapon is cast? Does it make your weapon glow or anything, or...?
I think it changes the weapon. It makes it look from a regular warhammer to like a dire warhammer, not like two heads or whatever. But like it gets like spikes.
A blade, like a big hooked blade on one side, so that it's almost like a mini execution axe down the back.
There you go.
Bloodborne transforming weapon shit going on here.
Bloodborne. Yeah, the next thing he's going to see is you have died.
So I've got this sword, and I stick it into this tombstone, and then it turns into a hammer. Fuck, Bloodborne's cool. Yeah, so he sees that change occur, and he takes a step back, but he's still trying to put on, a brave face.
Is your woman here?
What woman?
What woman? Is the person that you're trying to front for nearby? Or are you really this stupid?
I'm going to give you one last chance to apologize and leave.
Bill, this guy's threatening me.
No! Bill runs forward.
Club drawn.
Okay, Bill, are you trying to make a beeline for the new mayor, completely ignoring the two guards between you guys and the crowd, or are you just going to smash everything between the 2 points?
I'm going to use a defend action.
Because
Secret
that is
Service.
exactly. God damn it.
No!
That is absolutely perfect and not at all what I.
They're trying to hurt you.
This guy's trying me. I'll protect you. No, I mean kill it. Thank you, Bill.
Murder these savages.
All right, roll a defend action then. Which you, just for the record, pretty sure you can't do that if you're charging forward.
No, he's Secret
I'm
Service.
getting myself in between
That's right.
Rook and everybody
Get
else.
down.
Hit the deck.
Get down, Mr. President.
And then he like tackles you.
10. Okay, so you have hold 3, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
This is going way differently than I was expecting.
What are you expecting? For me to just kill people?
No, I don't know. So he sees the half-orc
Barreling forward.
barreling forward. He snaps his fingers, tells his guards to take care of it, and then tries to disappear into the crowd and head back to his building.
Oh, but that's Voltus' specialty.
Yeah, can I use my senses that pierce lies
None of that's a lie, though.
to track him?
He's not a liar.
Senses that are currently piercing cowardice.
But see, isn't cowardice the greatest truth?
No.
Whoa. I mean, no, absolutely not.
Actually, no. Whatever. He can leave and live in his shitty crab house.
Scrabhearst.
I've got heathens aplenty in front of me.
Bill, you're charging forward. The 2 guards put out their hands. Their swords are down. Mostly they're trying to get your attention. Hey, stop, please! Stop!
I stop right in front of Rook, with my arms stretched out so that they can't hurt him.
We're not gonna throw our swords at him. That'd be really dumb.
I like that.
You're making a grave mistake. I'm the dumbest of them all.
They can't throw anything at Rook if I put myself on the sword.
Bill's like the Hulk. He's always dumber.
God damn it. Look, what will it take to make you guys go away? Do you want...
Bring us that guy that just ran off, that asshole.
Well, no.
Okay, can you give us a minute?
Well, jeez.
We need to.
I'm sorry.
We need to talk with the rest of the town. Like, this whole running away thing's pretty shitty. So, we could try to, I don't know, depose him. I don't know how this normally goes.
I'll give you 1 minute. Bill is going to count to 70.
Talk to the entire town.
Bill, that's 5 minutes for you.
Oh. Thanks, boss.
So the 2 guards, unless anybody wants to stop them, they're gonna walk away. Try to gather the grouped up people. There's a bit of a debate going on.
I'm going to start addressing the crowd, actually, and seeing if I can't convert any of them to lashism. Wow, that sounds bad out loud.
No, it sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you're just gonna start like shouting over their debate?
Oh, just those of you who convert and convert willingly will be welcomed into our fold, into our town. All the fish you can eat. Honest work for honest souls.
Okay, so
And the safest walls that have never been breached by a skeleton army.
walls?
Effortlessly. Walls.
Like around the town?
Yeah.
Guys! They're just like, oh shit, you can put a wall around a town!
No, we thought of that. And we did it well. Like, it's...
You keep saying this town that you're from.
Yeah.
We know of like all the places within like 2 days of here, and there's no town called First Conquest.
There is. It's north, like, how many days did it take to get here?
Like a week.
5?
It was 4 to get to the Mirthless Marsh, and I think it was another 1 or 2 to get to here.
Okay.
It's 2.1 days away, so they haven't heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 5 days track north. It's right on the coast.
Dude, for 5 days north from here is the ocean.
Yes. Like I said,
You live in the... Are you... What?
we're on the coast.
Oh.
Like, we live next to the ocean. It's an adjacency thing. It makes fishing significantly easier, in fact.
Fishing is easier by water?
Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy.
He's a madman.
So they put the matter of the mayor up to a vote before they decide anything else.
Can we sway that in any way?
Sure. If one of you wants to roll a thing to try and sway it.
I'm actually going to abstain, since this seems to be the law unfolding towards a lawful end. And a douchebag's about to get his comeuppance, which Lash always was a fan of.
If I execute the guy for his surly ways,
Oh,
does
I'm
that
going to
count
do that regardless.
well, does that count as bloody conquest for winning this town over, or do I need to be more violent about it?
If you kill him and you go to court, Bill will use all 3 of his held actions to defend you in court.
Objection!
I think if you were to go in now while he's officially still mayor and kill him and be like, keep what you kill, lol, the town is mine, that would be bloody conquest. Killing him after, if he's deposed from being mayor, you just kill the guy. So I don't think that counts as bloody conquest. It's bloody, it's not really conquest, though.
Okay, so while this nice little conversation's going on, I'm also going to go find out where I'm gonna go track him down.
Are you trying to be like stealthy to get around camp or the town, or are you just asking around and tromping around?
I mean, so don't I know where he went?
How big can this shitty village be?
There's at least like 10 houses.
I look in the house. I look in the other house.
And then I look in the first house again, because I've finished the other house.
Are you okay with people seeing what you're doing, or are you trying to be kind of stealthy about the whole looking for the mayor to murder him? They don't have to know about the murder part, but do you want them to see you, like,
Excuse me, have you seen the mayor?
stomping
I'm going
around
to murder
town?
him. The sharp-eyed, strange-haired, flowing-robed, thin-bodied cleric, stealthy? Nah.
As Bill stomps behind you.
No, instead I'm going to try to discern realities. Is that how I would track the guy?
I was looking for a tracking skill, and then I realized I think that's only what the elf has.
The elf?
You roll 2 6s, then you realize that this guy never even existed.
D&D first edition thing I've heard you say today.
Renee. Renee has that skill to track.
She's not an elf? Oh, okay. The elf, Renee. I don't think...
You could roll volley a bunch until you hit the guy.
Tempting!
That'd be great. You roll volley to throw me as I roll strength to hit him.
Why don't you roll me 2d6 plus either intelligence or wisdom, if you're trying to do it with...
Done.
Yeah.
11, wisdom.
Okay. After a quick process of elimination and calculating based on which direction he went and all that kind of stuff, you're pretty sure he's in this building.
Alright. Are there any back doors?
You sneak around the back. There doesn't appear to be a door out that way. There are some windows, and they appear to be unbarred.
Okay. So I go knock on the front door.
Are they gone?
oh yes. Rook puts on his best scared guardsman voice. Yeah, they're gone. Can I have a good review for my upcoming, or can I have a pause?
This
a good
is all
word
in character.
for your for the upcoming on my resume. Would you provide a positive reference for me for my next bodyguard position?
Damn it, Gordo! You abandoned your post. I swore to... We already had an agreement that the next time... And then he opens the door, and he said, the next time you fucked up your sister...
Next time you fucked up your sister? Oh, that just sounds rude. And Rook grabs him by the collar, brings him inside, and shuts the door. And we can flash over to Voltus having his discussion, if you'd like. Or Rook can just butcher the guy, whichever you prefer.
Are you planning on murdering him?
Rook planning murder? I mean...
But now that you mention it...
Is that lawful? Endanger yourself for following the precepts of your church or your god.
He might have some mojo.
Oh, yeah. So this guy was rude and defamed. Defamed is defamed the word I'm looking for.
Profaned?
Profane, yes.
Defamed the good name of Thaz, the bloody conquesty one, the goddess of death and the cycle of rebirth. So Rook is going to present him as an offering to the new goddess of death.
Okay.
That's a
Slicey, slicey, stab, stab, stab.
well, it's a type of petition that I have to my god. So I'm going to murder him in the name of Foz and offer him up as a. So I'm going to figure out exactly what that offering thing means. You move on while I'm looking this up.
Sure. All right, so let's scroll.
Bill tries to stop Rook.
What?
Dude, the time for that protest was a little while ago.
Okay, I was downstairs.
I know, that's why I went off and killed the guy.
The paladin wasn't looking, my bodyguard wasn't looking, it was perfect.
Voltus, the townspeople are gathered. They're arguing back and forth about whether to surrender the mayor to these strangers. Is there anything that you wanted to say, or Bill, did you want to interject in this debate?
I can't really. I'm with Rook.
He's looking for me. He's outside.
Voltus, what did you say? Was it a yes or no?
Oh, I don't want the shitty mayor. I don't care about him. He is immaterial. As soon as they vote to depose him or not, I'm just going to go find and murder him.
Why don't you give me 2 D10s?
Me?
Roll me 2 of them. Yes. The first D10 is the number of people voting for expelling him, and the second one is the number of people voting to keep him.
Boom.
Which I said after you rolled, but before I saw the numbers, so let's keep it. So by the narrowest of margins, they're like, all right, let's hand the mayor over to these people and see if they'll let us leave. I mean, this guy was kind of an asshole and we hated him, and he wasn't really our mayor. We didn't vote for him. He was just the son of the current mayor. So anyway, where is he? And then right at that point, they turn around look towards the mayor's house, and Rook is leaving. And Rook, what sort of process did you go through with this guy?
So you may remember, so in the real world, the Aztecs had this cool ritual where they cut out the heart of a fallen enemy, and they presented it as an offering to Quetzalcoatl or whoever the fuck they worshipped, I forgot. But they had these cool pyramid things. So part of the Rook's religion of bloody conquest, we present an offering of the of those that we have conquered. So in Rook's mind, we've conquered this place. This guy was rude and profane, and we're kind of here to spread the good word of the Foz and the other people. So he killed the mayor and cut out his heart.
So are you walking out the front door with this heart, or with the dead mayor, or are you just walking out looking a little bit bloody?
I think I leave him where I killed him. I don't really know what I do with the heart. What do the Aztecs do with the heart? They probably ate it.
Put it on an altar or something. So, I mean, you can make a sacrifice in the field and then keep the heart with you to put on, like, the altar in the temple in town, maybe? When you get back to First Conquest?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So they look towards the mayor's house, see you walking out with some blood on your hands, putting something in your traveling pack, and they're like, oh, well,
Like,
I guess we need
10
to worry
more
about the
minutes,
whole
Rook.
deposing thing.
Oh, so Rook places the heart in a stone vessel and
Nice.
takes it with him back to we'll figure out. Sorry, go ahead.
You couldn't have just waited 10 more minutes.
Well, that's something. You were trying to win us over, and you couldn't. We were in the middle of kicking this guy out, and we could have listened to whatever you had to sell, and you went and killed him.
I did no such thing. I would like to state for the record.
You can still listen to us. In fact, you better listen to us.
You were going to hold us accountable for the actions of some of our townspeople.
I was not about
And
to
yet
do
you
a damn
arrived
thing.
with 3 people and are trying to rid yourself of the actions of one of your 3 people.
No one's trying to rid themselves of their actions of me.
For 1. For 2, I did... Well, yes, I am. For 2, I did not hold you accountable for the actions of anybody else. I'm presenting you with a choice. Repent your heretical ways and come join our city.
Well, see, that's not really a choice, that's just a statement. Choice usually has an or.
Or don't.
What happens if don't?
That sounds like a thing Bill would say. What happens if don't?
Well, we engage in meaningful discourse, and we come to an amicable resolution for all parties.
Rook says as he eats the heart.
Just a little nibble.
As amicable as what happened to our mayor?
if need be.
Your mayor was not. He was unworthy to be a leader of people. He was a coward. He ran
Agreed.
from confrontation. He
Agreed.
abandoned you in your time of need. And I will not brook such blatant disregard for the fellows that he purports to lead.
However weak you think we may be, we would have been able to handle that situation ourselves had you given us the chance.
And I totally believe that. But the actions that I took were because he was
Wait,
offensive.
Voltus has senses that pierce lies. Are you lying?
Am I lying?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you totally believe that they would have handled that themselves?
No, they wouldn't have.
Not to Rook's satisfaction. They would have handled it.
Voltus, your eye twitches a little.
Alright.
What good will dealing with you be to our people? We've survived all this time in the wild without any need for gods or the protection of you three.
You survived. You've neither flourished nor prospered. We offer you a chance of being something more than muck farmers and crab fuckers, or whatever they do. I'm saying that just because the place is called Scrabhearst Pete's Scrabhearst
Yeah.
Balls or whatever.
No, that's their house symbol, is just somebody fucking a crab.
In addition, your city found it a worthwhile endeavor to go and attempt to murder another city.
Which wouldn't have a
And
problem with except.
failed. Well, no, and failed
Right,
to
and
do
that-
so.
And that's the part that's bad.
The mayor manipulated and press-ganged forces into his service to go and fight what he thought was an unnatural threat. And I'm not sure if things are different in second takeover or wherever it is you said you're from, but the dead walking is not exactly natural.
So let's talk about why you think that's unnatural.
Okay. Do you want to start, or should we?
No, so there's this pond that we throw dead people in, and they come back out as not.
And
slightly
water's
less dead.
natural, man. What's more natural than water?
Right, you can't own land, man.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to assume we all have skeletons on the inside of us, right?
I haven't checked.
Bill tears his own chest open. No.
Now we stay alive, and all these things stay inside, and everybody goes about their happy way. You somehow take all the outside part and just have the inside walking around by itself, with no way to eat, no way to drink, no way to speak, no way to think, no blood, no heart.
The first time you show a child fire, are they terrified and they believe it to be an unnatural thing, where fire burning springs from nothing there was before? Or as they grow, do they learn that some processes are more than they understand? So you've got to put flint to steel to strike a spark, to light a torch, to create a conflagration, to burn down the walls of an enemy's territory. Same thing like this, except there's a watery tart that we throw these bodies into.
You've got strange viewpoints on the world for a cleric, you said you were?
Yes,
Aren't you supposed to be a healer?
I can do that too. Bring me your sick.
It just seems strange to ally yourself with something that brings about so much death.
Voltus is going to go inspect that guard that tripped and fell.
Go ahead. So yeah, this is the people that do this, that become the skeletons. That's a consensual thing. They go into the waters willingly. They become this part of a hive mind willingly, and they continue to serve the towns from which they came. They grow crops. They provide defense. They enrich the community even after their mortal shells have originally failed. And when they no longer wish to roam the earth as these skeletal monsters that you claim that they are, they go back into the waters, and they really are released to do whatever they wish. So you may paint them as villains because you fear and do not understand them, but it is simply another thing in the world, the natural world, that is no more evil than the fire you use to cook your meat.
If we agree to listen to you, or follow the things you follow, will you keep those skeletons away?
So
How many of them are there here?
I don't see why not.
2 shitty guards and then 10 peasants?
Let's say we had 20 people who were doing the voting. You have 2 of the guards who were standing between you guys and the crowd as best as possible, and then a couple handfuls of kids. So let's put it around 30.
Okay. Yeah, we can probably send the skeletons away.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you could do that, that'd be much appreciated.
Now, these people are your neighbors, and I understand a certain amount of distrust for things you don't understand, but you should learn to work with them.
We're trying to adjust slowly. Like first, sitting down and talking to the group of people who I assume are partially responsible for all of our loved ones who haven't come back not coming back.
I don't think so.
We offered them a chance to surrender and leave peacefully.
Oh, wait, those loved ones.
They chose to attack us, and we merely defended ourselves. And it is not a thing of which I am proud.
Be that as it may, we are trying to have a discussion, and having these creatures around seems unnecessary.
Yeah, no, I would like to send them away. And yeah, I'll send them away.
The leader of the Bone Hive nods, and there's a whisper in the wind, and then they all turn around and tromp off back into the woods to go find more ways to human centipede themselves together.
Dude,
Why?
Dude, it's not gross. None of them have skin.
dude,
None of them can poop.
stop. Bad, Chris. Bad.
I saw somebody...
Nope. Bad.
Yeah, no, I really don't want to hear more about the story.
It says there's no wrong way to eat a Reese's, and it's got the human centipede people laying on the floor.
Well, I mean, as long as you're the first one.
Well, now I gotta see that. Human centipede Reese's. Oh, wow. That came up surprisingly quickly.
Mike, you're on the list.
Yeah, it says the one who searched for giant bomb secret Hitler.
Hey, well,
And now you're on every FBI list ever. Anyways, moving right along.
oh, how do you get your name underneath your...
Hang
Thing.
his toolbox.
He asks at the end of the first episode. It's the toolbox on the left side.
Why would you get a tattoo of that?
Anyways.
I'm not even going to ask. So, the person who has stepped up and started talking to you guys, he says, okay, should we head inside and talk some things out?
Yes, but first, and Voltus says, I believe I owe... I didn't catch his name, but this guard possibly injured himself doing something for me, and so I'm just going to go make sure he's not actually seriously hurt.
The guard who ran away and skinned his knee, you see that the leather armor stuff on his legs is slightly scuffed, but aside from that, he's fine.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, Mike. Shall we? It seems like we've got some things to talk out. Shall we?
Chris, at least what he posted wasn't as bad as you doing the whole roll 1d1, re-roll all ones.
I was trying to see what happened. I am a tech person, and I needed to know.
It's QA. It's basic
Then we found
QA.
out.
Yeah, it basically makes Roll20 shit itself real hard.
Yes. A QA engineer walks into a bar and orders a beer, orders 20 beers, orders 10,000 beers, orders -1 beers, orders 0 beers, orders a horse.
That is one of my favorite.
So, shall we head inside and talk this stuff out?
Yes, let's talk about QA engineers and terrible jokes inside. Industry best practices and the like.
The person who's been talking for the rest of the town mostly, will you all allow me to temporarily act as your voice? And there's a general nod and murmur of agreement. And one of the guards says, alright, so the new acting mayor, at least for now, is Arcus, so, if he tells you stuff, just listen, okay? You okay? I don't know how this normally goes. And other mayors have been here for a while, so do you need like our sword or something?
Is everybody in this frickin' town 12?
No, it's the same 12-year-old guard.
Yeah, man, that's Gordo. That's just how he be.
Gordo's gonna gourd.
He's got like a real shitty beard. Like it's still like, for a dwarf, it's unforgivable. But like
It's like the 10 pube beard hairs.
Yeah, he tried to like braid those 10 little puby beard hairs together, and it's like off to the side like a weird beard pigtail.
Oh.
That's funny.
Gordo, get your life together. I'm tempted to I am the law Gordo to get his life together.
Grow a beard! And he's like, and it just pops out.
And then
So Arcus looks at you all and he says, I will speak for the people of Scrabhearst.
Scrapperst.
It's a really shitty name.
yeah. First off, I would just like to introduce you to Bill. He is a follower of the god of branding, and marketing, and just this is an opportunity.
Here's my card, and he just scoots back away.
And this is what we like to call an opportunity-rich environment. Instead of Scrabhearst, have you considered Pleasantvale?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Also, Bill is still defending Rook.
All right, Bill, it's okay. We got this one.
No.
Arcus is going to look back and forth between Bill and Rook after the whole Rook laughing at the name of the town and Bill saying it's a shitty town. He looks over at Voltus and he goes, if possible, I would speak with you. You seem the most
Mature?
reasonable.
But sure.
Baltus is just going to nod because basically anything else he could say would probably be a lie.
True.
Yes, I'm definitely more reasonable than these two.
This pen is
Definitely.
blue.
That's when you just go, yes, I seem that way.
Yeah.
And walk after him.
Yes, I can see how you might think that. Because he definitely was planning on murdering that mayor after the town had voted to
I
depose
definitely
him.
don't know that Bill has not necessarily killed innocents or not.
So he heads over to open the door for what is the double X mayor's house.
Yeah, no, maybe. Can I intercept before he opens the door and just suggest a different location?
And hey, the mayor
Sure.
is on a table, not a floor.
On the table with like runes
Yeah,
carved in that are now filled with blood.
This is a ritual, not a butchering.
When you recommend the alternate location, he goes,
Is
yes,
there
very
a
well.
tavern or a
Let's
pub?
let us meet at my residence, if that sounds reasonable.
That sounds very generous of you.
I will, if you give me a moment to make sure that my wife and children are in bed and safe, I will meet you back down in the entranceway, and we can talk.
Very good.
So he leads you over to his house, doot. A few minutes later, he comes back down. He says, "Come in," and he walks you over to a kitchen table, which is very much built for dwarves. The chairs are small. The table is low. It's not the highest quality ever.
I asked him if it would be terribly impolite in his society to sit on the floor.
It's unorthodox, but given the situation, I think it's
Oh,
understandable.
Japanese dwarf.
No, I'm sitting on the floor.
He says, "So, what is it that you want of my town? Speak frankly."
Of your entire town, I wish nothing specific. I wish the people of your town to choose alliance and to choose piety.
To take any of our people or acquisition any of our supplies?
Can we incorporate those acquisitions?
Stop. Bad.
We are not getting sued!
Spray bottle. Spray bottles the shoulder rook. Material donations would be accepted, but we would not demand anything. We are, and Veltus sort of pauses and says, I am personally here because I believe that I can help you make and live your lives and those of your children better.
How?
Faith in and of itself is its own reward. It binds together cities, disparate tribes with a more unified and codified belief. Personally, I follow a goddess of law, and most of my dealings are dictated by what I feel are in the spirit of the law and are in the spirit of. And he's going to sort of pause and just say justice. Or balancing the scales.
Whichever.
He says, I heard you speak of some distant town that you call home. Would we be welcome there if we chose to follow with your requests?
If you so chose, you would be most welcome within First Conquest, as are all the faithful.
Does your town have room for our people? Within its walls, as you claim you have?
Would it? Says Andrew, asking Chris, the GM. It's not overflowing with people. We could find homes.
It would be possible to, add on to buildings or
Yeah.
that sort of thing if needed, but you don't remember there ever being talk of an empty building in First Conquest.
So, we would need to make additions to the city, but no, we welcome all who are willing to worship and work with us.
Is the way to your town safe? Could it be made safe?
It was safe when we came. There are some marshes that you do not directly pass through. The Mirthless Marsh, I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but it's... it is home to some godless beasts that I have had to do battle with on occasion.
I see. Well,
I'm sure we could reclaim the Mirthless Marsh. It does house herbs as well for medicines and the like.
it will take some time to discuss this with my people, and I can't make you any promises, but the idea of friendly communication with other towns sounds promising. Is there anything that we need to do today to align ourselves with you all, or is there anything that must be done immediately, or do we have time to make a decision?
Blood contract.
Rook, what's the SOP on this shit? I'm going to slide him. Presumably, if we went out on a recruiting mission, I'd have a few extra obols, just like the coins.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to slide one across the table. And just... This is an icon of she who is long forgotten. Hold it close, and it may comfort you in times of need, as it has comforted me.
Thank you. And he looks around, and he finds like a small... He brings it over to you and puts it in your hand. It appears to be a small twig, but instead of the wood being brown or anything, it's this weird, like, dark purple.
Interesting.
This is, I suppose you can call it a symbol of Scrabhearst. It's a branch from the tree that grows here. We're not sure why it's different than the others, but it seems to make decent medicine. And it's a strange-looking tree, but we decided to name our town after it. The Scrabthorn.
Valtis is, like, biting his tongue. He's... Go on.
Take that as a sign of our tentative friendship, I suppose, and he chuckles a little bit.
Yeah, Valtis looks pretty dead serious.
He leans in and he says, thank you for listening to us and not running everyone in town through with a blade. We know it's something you could have easily done, and, well, at one point did. Showing that you can actually be talked to and reasoned with is a very welcome.
Is that an insult?
You can't hear this.
Valtis would not be insulted by this because he's not entirely wrong. This new hospitality gig doesn't always sit right with Valtis, but he figures if he can get even half of these converts. Plus, we already picked up like 5 or 6 people. Or was it everybody? Like the 9 archers or whatever.
I think y'all ended up, what was it, loading... Didn't you load the wagon with the people that surrendered or something?
Yeah, we threw them on the wagon.
Yeah. Was that headed back to First Conquest or back to the other town?
It was headed to First Conquest with the people who wanted to join the city from Bonehive Land. Because none of them wanted to go in the pond.
Crazy, huh?
Very sad.
He stands up and he extends his hand towards you and he says that it's late and I would like to go to bed for the night, but do you need a place to stay? Are you heading back to First Conquest or the other town?
We'll likely return to First Conquest with this news.
Very well. Do you have the supplies you need to make it?
Yes. We picked up a bunch of food in the Foresty Hive Bone Place. That's its name now.
Okay.
Forest Hive Bone Place.
By official decree.
So do you need a place to stay tonight, or are you leaving immediately?
We can ride through the night.
Very well. Farewell, safe journey, and hopefully we can begin a pleasant relationship with your town.
Likewise. You're a reasonable man, Arcus. I hope you see her light.
I endeavor to find reason in many things.
Beautiful way to threaten someone politely. I hope you find her light.
Yes.
And right before you leave, he goes, "Oh, did you need us to sign anything verifying that you've met with us, or is your word enough?" I don't know how
sufficient.
these things work. Very well.
I never lie.
You just go, "I'm not allowed to," and then you just walk away.
Turn. No, as he leaves and sort of as Voltus is just halfway out the door, he just says, "We'll be back soon."
Hopefully on better circumstances than tonight. And he closes the door.
Yeah, Voltus will definitely just leave an ominous silence hanging in the air after that point.
Oh, because of that thing. Yeah, I could see why you would want that. Alright, seems like a good enough stopping point for this episode. So, thank you everyone for downloading this latest episode of That D&D podcast. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. If you would be so kind as to go to our iTunes page and leave us a review, or if the podcast delivery method of your choice lets you leave reviews, we would really appreciate it. Helps us show up higher up on the search results and gets more people to listen, which is step one in our world-spanning empire plan. But, you got baby steps. So thank you, and we will see you guys next week.
The goal is the sun never sets on That D&D podcast.
Say the end goal is to get Vin Diesel to play with us. That D&D podcast is released under Creative Commons 2.0, Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivative License. Tell your friends about us, but don't chop out the good stuff, and don't sell our work. The intro music is The Last Ones by Jahzzar, that's Jahzzar. It can be found at the Free Music Archive. The outro music is Kopeika, Kopeika, by Et, that's ET_, and can also be found at the Free Music Archive. All other copyrighted content is owned by their associated copyright holder.